Hello and welcome, or welcome back. I am going to be reviewing another ink today. So if you are new here, I like to review inks. I am new to inks and fountain pens, and I am exploring all the different colors and things that are out there. So if you've ever wondered what an ink looks like, different types of paper, that is what I am trying to learn. So come along and learn with me. Today we have Noodlers ink. They have a lot of inks, like so many, and I have tried a couple of them, and I wanted to show you what I have found so far. So they have these neat little boxes that have these little drawings, and this one, let me get it out of the box here. But anyways, I don't think that was showing up on camera, the little drawings. There we go. I think I adjusted my camera and forgot to adjust myself. No surprise there. Okay, so 54th Massachusetts. And they got this lovely artwork. And this color looks really, really nice. The bottom of the bottle is textured. And something I've learned about Noodlers ink is that when you open the bottle, be ready, because usually these bottles are completely filled all the way to the top, which is good because then you're getting all this ink, but it's bad if you are not ready for it, and you'll end up wearing the ink. So first thing we're going to do is make a swatch card. All right, I'm going to open this carefully. Yeah, see, pretty much filled to the very top. Break these bubbles and fill in the swatch card here. It's a really pretty blue. Oh wow, this is drying pretty quick. Almost before I can get the swatch made. I gotta move quicker. There we go. So that's interesting. I don't think I've ever had an ink dry this quickly. That's fantastic. I mean, like, completely unexpected. Wow. Okay, so let's do some quick swirls while I'm still able to. Yep. Okay, wow, that's crazy. Let's see. It washes off fine. Huh. I know there are some inks that don't wash off very easily, but this doesn't seem to be that. So this is kind of neat. It's drying to like almost a navy denim blue, kind of. Very pretty. And excuse me. I am not going to be able to fit that whole name on this card, I don't think. So I'm going to abbreviate this which is the same thing they did on their bottle. So. I mean, it writes fine. It's not running out of ink on the pen. Anyway, very interesting color. Let me go ahead and set this aside. And here's how it looks so far. I will give that some time to sit and see if anything changes. I mean, it looks basically dry. That was completely unexpected. But not a bad thing at all. Okay, let's try, first of all, copy paper. So I'm going to be doing this on copy paper, HP32 paper, and Tomo River paper because I want to see how this ink performs. Some inks have different properties that will show up depending on what type of paper you use. And some inks do not. So sometimes you don't need to use expensive paper to get the effects you want in some inks. So that's what I'm going to be testing out. Got that rinsed off, clean. And we're going to try on this copy paper. Whoa. So either I picked up too much ink or there was a bubble stuck to it. Sorry about that. We'll start over. There we go. I don't really know a whole lot about Noodlers. When I was looking for some various different colors of inks, they always come up, and I've tried a few. Like I said, I purchased a couple, and we're gonna see. I haven't actually swatched or tested this yet, so this writes really smoothly though. I like this. I do like this ink a lot so far, and I like color that it dries to. Even on this copy paper, it looks really, really nice. See if I have enough space to write all this and make sure I spell it correctly. It's not a word that I write very often. And this is copy paper. Yeah, that's kind of weird. So it seems to dry very quick on the paper, but it stays wet on the pen, which is kind of fascinating. I've been really surprised by, I've been very surprised by some of these inks I've tried where they have some kind of weird property I wasn't expecting. Yeah, see, it's still very wet on the pen. On a glass pen, sometimes the channels that fill up with ink get used up, and if it starts to feel dry, you can just turn it and there'll be more ink. And that seems to be what's going on here. That's strange. But yeah, it's completely dry. Huh. Anyway, well, that's bizarre and like kind of a good way. But look how pretty that color is. Very nice. Nice shade of blue. And you can ignore my mistakes at the top there. Alright, let's clean this off and go to the next paper. We're going to try HP 32, which is this one. And this is just copy paper as well, but it is a little bit better quality. It's smoother, and some of the, special properties of different inks will show up on this paper. So, but it's cheaper than the Tomo River, so it's a good, kind of a good middle ground for a lot of inks. I'm thinking I'm picking up too much ink maybe. Let me see. Okay, well that one didn't make a mess. I must have done something wrong. Alright. So this one just seems to dry really fast compared to every other ink that I've tested so far. At least dry on the paper fast, not dry in the pen. I guess it makes sense, because if it dried quickly in the pen, how would you use it? Your pen would just dry up. Anyways. Let's see here. Alright, copy paper. No, this is HP 32. And we'll draw some slow lines here. So if there are any other colors or inks you'd like to see me try, let me know. I'm going to do my best to fill some review requests. Probably going to have to try some more Noodler inks and see what they're like, because this is pretty cool. I love this color. This is like the perfect like blend between like a navy and a denim blue. Very, very nice. Very what I would imagine to be very work safe, work friendly, because the color, it's blue, but it just, I don't know, it's a little bit nicer than just your regular old blue ink. Alright, and we got Tomo River paper to try next. And we'll see if there's any difference. Sometimes there's a surprise. I have a feeling this is just going to be one of those inks that's just a really nice blue. Or a really nice, whatever color it is, it just does really well. And so far that seems to be the case. It's just a really nice, even blue color. It's unique, as in I don't think I have a blue like this. But it's work safe, and also seems to flow off the pen really nice. I think I spilled some right there. Anyways. Because it looks like it's Yep, looks like I spilled some, like one drop, and it's like staining the label. That's okay. I'm gonna draw some light. So far, this paper, it seems to be behaving very well. I feel like the lines, not the lines, but like when I'm writing, the ink itself is staying more even. Not the color, but the thickness of the lines is staying a little bit more even. So the way that the ink itself is behaving rather than the color is being affected, which is kind of interesting. It might just be my imagination, but it's also smoother to write on, and I don't really see a lot of shading in this, but it almost doesn't need it because it's just such a nice color by itself. I'm kind of curious to see what other types of paper, like how this would look. But it's a beautiful color, whatever. I don't know what you would call that color, but it's very, very nice. I'm just gonna rinse off this pen real quick so that I can set it aside. But yeah, it washes off the pen just fine. I'm just very shocked at how quickly it dries on the paper. Like I don't even need to use a fan to dry anything. It's even dried on the label. See right there where I spilled it. It's a beautiful painting and beautiful beautiful ink and beautiful artwork. I'm going to set that there for now. So let's take a look here at the swatch that I made. So it did come out a little bit dark in the swatch, I think, but in here where I've made the thinner lines, it's more true to how it would look on the paper. So here's that Tomoe River paper right next to it. You can see how it's definitely a blue, but a very dark blue. And let me try this, or like a storm blue maybe or something. Very pretty. So here it is on the copy paper, and honestly, one of the great things about this ink is it seems to, as far as the color goes, it's pretty even no matter which paper I use. I'm not seeing like how some of them might look more muted on one or more vivid on another. It's not doing that. So this would be really good, aside from, you know, don't make the mistake I did. But other than that, I mean, this would easily work, and I feel like, well, I was checking to see if it was bleeding through. It did right there where I made that mistake. But yeah, I mean, I think you could use this on pretty much any paper, and it's going to look great. Like, I don't see a whole lot of difference. On the Tomoe River, the line, like I said, the lines feel smoother to me. Like, if we compare that to the HP 32. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the lines just feel more even and smooth. But other than that, like, other than the texture, like, see how this looks kind of scratchy compared to, like, that? I mean, other than that, the color is the same. So this looks like it would perform, not knowing anything else about this ink, I feel like it would perform really well in just about everything. Let me grab the light just in case there's some difference with the light on it, because the lighting here is kind of uneven. Yeah, no, it looks, hopefully that's giving you a good look at the, like a true look at the color. Sometimes cameras don't pick up things the ways our eyes do. And there's the swatch. Yeah, so I mean, honestly, this is a really nice blue. Just by itself, it doesn't need any fancy papers or anything. So if you're looking for a nice blue that is work friendly and it's going to look good on all the papers, this is a good one to get, I think. Like I said, I don't know anything else about it really, because I don't even know what to look for when looking for inks other than, oh, that's a pretty color. So as you know, I am still very new at all this. But yeah, this is a beautiful ink. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you'd like to see anything else, any other inks to review, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more of these videos. And thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you soon.